segments. Each segment runs for 15-20 minutes, and then we take your questions. Type your questions in at the bottom of at the chat room, and be sure to sign in. The sign-in box is the little box in the chat room all the way to the left. Create a name for yourself, like Tom, Dick, Harry, Raphael, Sabatini, whatever you want to be known by. Type it in. That way we'll know who's answering the questions, and I can answer in person. All right. We need to caution you to always observe good safety rules. Eye protection at all times, ear protection when you're running power tools at high speeds. Push stick that's always within easy reach. Use all machine guards.
No. Okay, are we on now? Okay. All right. Should I go through this again? Yeah, okay. Okay, guys. You were sorry. This is live TV. I'm a woodworker, not a technician, and apparently either the mixer wasn't on or the mic wasn't on or both. Katie, come here. Come here. Lay down. Welcome to Sawdust session number 2. The first one worked fine, so they are having us back. I'm Nick Engler. I'm director here at the National Woodworking Academy, and we've got a great show for you today with a fine master craftsman who I've worked with for most of my professional life. These Sawdust sessions are divided into 4 segments. We talk for about 15-20 minutes, and then we take your questions. Be sure to sign in on the chat room below. The sign-in box is the box all the way to the left. If you want, make up a screen name. You can be Tom, Dick, Harry, Raphael, Sabatini. I don't care. Just give us a screen name. Now, always wear eye protection. Observe always ear protection when you're using power tools that create high frequency. Keep a push stick within easy reach. Use all machine guards. Collect sawdust if you can, and most importantly, Katie, teach your shop dog not to lie down in back of you when you're working. Okay? All right. With all that said, let's go on for the first segment here.
Whenever you're ready.
Is that okay?
Jim, good to see you.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for having me.
This is my good friend Jim McCann. We've done a lot of work over the years. Jim has participated in many of the books that I've written, gracing the pages with some really, really dynamite woodworking.
Nick, you're too good to me.
Well, you deserve it, Jim. Jim is actually one of the most precise craftsmen you'll ever see. The stuff he does is very delicate, very elegant, and always made in such a way to make you absolutely, thoroughly jealous. He's brought a couple pieces in to see us here. Well, I don't know, Jim. This thing kind of looks like it's falling over.
Well, it's made that way. I made this as a high school graduation present for my nephew, who's an artist, who's always had a tilted point of view, so I made him a tilted box.
Okay.
He calls it his magic box. It's made from curly white oak, bird's eye maple. The top is lacewood, and the bottoms of the trays are ribbon mahogany.
Look at this. It's curly ribbon mahogany. You're not too much of a showboat, are you? I'm going to go over here to the close-up camera and get it on the box so that we can see this a little bit better. Show those trays there. Oh, those are gorgeous. Can you take that end tray and tilt it so we can see that finger hold that you made? Just by drilling a series of holes.
That's all that is overlapping holes, 3 different diameter drill bits.
That is so neat. That is so neat.
Now, Steve calls it his magic box because when we put it all together and we let go of the trays, they just float down in.
Yeah, just sort of like they're levitated there on the air pressure.
Right.
Okay. Now you've also got this is a music stand, I guess.
That's right. I made that for Stephen's brother, Matt. He's a musician. It's his high school graduation gift. Bird's eye maple frame. The panels are book-matched white oak crotch wood.
Beautiful. What's a book match, Jim?
Well, a book match is where you saw a board in half and open it up just like a book.
Oh, that is so neat. You can see he's got the crotch flame runs in this direction here, and when he opened it up, it runs in that direction. Just beautiful woodworking. Let me go around behind you and get to the camera again. I want to see the base of this. The base of this is really something else.
Let me set it up on the table for you. It's an adjustable stand. It will slide and collapse to whatever height is needed.
Do that again so we can get a close-up. Notice how he turns it. That unlocks it, and then he can pull it or push it, whatever he needs, and then lock it in place by turning it again. So cool. And yet when it's collapsed, it looks like a fluted column.
Well, basically that's what it is, a fluted column, but instead of cutting 12 flutes in a solid column, I made the solid column out of 12 separate pieces of wood.
Wow.
Alternating cherry and white oak to create a little contrast.
Oh, that is so great. And look at, okay, you've got a turning there on the base, and what looks like a finger joint or a slot mortise and tenon holding the feet on.
It is a slot mortise of sort with a dowel to reinforce going through the joint.
So it's a pinned slot mortise. That's
correct.
Great. And then let me pan over here and show the feet.
This is figured cherry with burl walnut pad on the bottom.
Oh man, this is great. This is great. Now let's go up because I want to show folks up here at the top of the column where Jim has attached the music holder. Look at that.
The trunnions, all three of them, are made up of 5 pieces of veneer, cross-laminated just like plywood. I couldn't find solid cherry plywood, so I made my own.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to get in on this real close so that they can see the laminations. I'll have to dial. There we go. Ooh.
The turn cherry knobs allow it to tilt.
By the way, guys,
be locked in place.
If you make your own plywood like Jim did, you've always got to have an uneven number of laminations. It's got to be what, 3, 5?
3, 5, 7, 9, 11.
Otherwise, it won't stay flat, and that looks like it stayed dead flat.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's talk about the chest that we actually brought you here to show us. We could spend days on what Jim has made. I've put up a web page if you'd like to see some more of the stuff that he's done. You can either get to it by clicking on the link on this page, or you can go to Hands Online, and it will lead you to the link, show you some of the other things. This is a jewelry chest. Actually, it is a jewelry chest that is a pedestal for another jewelry chest, right?
That's right. The idea came from my sister for jewelry, and I made a jewelry box for her when she was 20. She's now about to turn 50.
Wait a minute, Jim. Here we're in a place. Folks, this is once again live television, and our good buddy Drew is now panning over there. Now we can see Jim. Great. the adventures in web casting here. Okay, go ahead. Your sister is turning 50, 30 years after you gave her the first jewelry chest.
That's right. And I made this new jewelry chest base to fit around and beneath the original jewelry box.
So she's going to have the mother of all jewelry chests when this is done. Okay.
Now this is a surprise birthday gift, and if you tell her it's coming, I'll have to hurt you.
Same goes for you guys out there. Okay, so where do we keep the jewelry?
Well,
look at
doors
that.
open up.
You just push, like right there. Just push, and then they slide them in.
She can hang chains on the doors.
Oh yeah, you've got little pegs in there.
The holes are drilled. The pegs aren't there yet.
Okay, all right.
The drawers.
How many drawers all total?
There's 19 drawers.
19. I count 17.
Well, I've hidden 2 drawers right in front of you, Nick.
You got 2 secret drawers in there.
See if you can find it.
Okay. Usually they
look higher. Look higher.
All right.
Even higher. They're right here.
Oh. Cute. Look at this, guys. Let me bring this over. See, you've even mitered one edge, so you can't possibly tell that that's a drawer.
That's right. It looks like just part of the trim.
Neat. Now the drawers are all finger jointed. We're gonna talk about finger joints later on. Jim's gonna show us how he does these little tiny things. They're what are they made out of? This is
lacewood on the front. And that's all from the same sheet. Again, I resawed it and book matched it, so it's continuous down the front of the drawer. And then the sides are quarter sawn sycamore.
I'm going to put this drawer here, and Jim, if you could tilt this up, I'm going to go and get a real close on the drawer so that we can see that workmanship. There we go. Tilt it a little so the face is, yeah, there we go. That's good. You can see the tiny finger joints. The dado, it slides back in on a guide. That dado fits on it. And look at the roundover on the top of the drawers.
Details matter.
You're absolutely right. It's these type of details that make this project. Okay. Well, let me zoom out again here. Now
I'll put the drawer away.
Let's talk a little bit about the door mechanism here.
Well, it's a raised panel door, and inside the side here is bullet catches top and bottom, and a couple of link arms and a control rod. That's all hidden within the side.
So the bullet catches themselves ride in the grooves, right?
That's right. And the reason for all the complexity is so that when you push it back in place, you don't see any grooves or anything on the bottom of the base of the jewelry box. Actually,
when these doors are fully closed, you wouldn't even know that those were doors, would you?
Nope.
Now this comes apart. Can you show us a little bit about the inside? Jim hasn't gotten this together quite all the way yet.
The bench is kind of narrow. Let me turn it around. Loosen the clamps and slide them apart so that the sides.
And move these pieces of wood here.
That's the other one. Here it is. These sides will still come out.
There we go. Now, let me move the camera over here and let's show these folks how this door opens. Okay. If we could, yeah, okay, if we can, if you can see that, there's a bar there.
Bar here.
And
The linkage you can see the edge of up here.
okay, let me come in real close on that.
Again, that's more laminated veneer to make
that's
my own
more
plywood.
that's more your magic plywood, huh?
Right.
And then it just slides back in those grooves. That is so neat. Okay. Now, I want to show too, while I'm over here, let's look at the back. You've done something interesting on the back. The back is screwed to the case, and you've created little lap joints there. What are those for?
That allows for expansion and contraction between the different sections of the back. The back is going to want to grow across the grain, and a piece of cherry this wide over a year's worth of humidity changes could move 1/8 of an inch. And so I split it up into 5 separate pieces, put a lap joint in between each piece. It allows each section to expand and contract independently of each other without putting the whole cabinet in a bind.
Neat, neat. Keeps it square. Okay, well, let's move on from how the cabinet is designed to how you made it.
All right. Some assembly required.
You need a third hand here?
No, I've got it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just slide this back here a little bit. Now, I'm going to get on the other side. Now, these pieces that you've made are all extremely small and delicate. Most of it is what, 1/4 of an inch?
Most of it's 1/4 of an inch. The drawer guides are 1/8 of an inch. The sides for the hidden drawers are 1/8 of an inch.
So you're working, and of course they fit like a glove, each one of them. So you're working to the thousands.
Well, measuring to 64ths and cutting that in half.
Okay. All right. How do you measure to a 64th and cut it in half?
Well, I've got several tools that I use. The flexible steel scale is one of my favorite measuring tools.
Uh-huh.
I can put it down on the surface and bend it. When that's not accurate enough, I use a dial caliper. This one's a fractional caliper. I understand you've got a digital caliper.
I like to wear a digital caliper.
Okay.
Actually, I got you beat. I'm a two-gun man. I've got a digital and a dial.
All right. I also have 50-year-old eyes myself, and I have to be able to see what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah.
And so I bring out my magic eyes. This Optivisor has 4-power magnification and lets me read those little tiny 64s.
Yeah, I cannot read those without an Optivisor. That is a crucial tool in my shop as well.
The other thing that I like to use
when you can find it.
When I can find it is my calculator. You know, converting fractions to decimals, you can go back to the decimal equivalency chart and give you 4 or 5 place fractions and or 5 place decimals and add up the decimal chart and convert it back and forth. But most modern scientific calculators have this little button right here. It's the A with a B over C button.
Okay, let's get real close on that. Hold that up. Just turn the calculator around and put the base down there. I'll come in on camera 3 and point. Well, first of all, I have to focus. Okay, there's the. Okay, Drew's getting it here. There you go. A, B over C.
Now, by using that, you can create fractions on the screen and add fractions directly.
So you don't have to buy a fractional calculator.
No.
So any $10 scientific calculator has one of those A, B over C buttons. And that's you just
4 and 7 30 seconds. Can you read that?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we can come in close enough to read it. Yep, there we go.
Plus 7 and 47 64ths. Can you add that in your head?
No, not my head.
11 and 61 64ths.
Okay.
Now,
I'd call 12 inches good enough for government work, but okay.
But when you're working with this kind of precision,
Yeah.
you need to be able to keep with the 64ths of the inch.
That's true. A 64th is about 16 thousandths, and,
Right.
and you've got fit here that is probably down around 5.
Well, I work line to line. When I'm making drawers to fit a hole or an opening, the opening's 2.5 inches tall and 7 inches wide. I make my components to fit that opening with 0 clearance. Then I use a belt sander or sanding blocks to sand it to fit. That's how I get the very close fitting drawer fronts here.
Okay. We're going to take some questions here in a moment. If you have questions, type them in now on the chat room, and Jim and I are going to go over to where we've got a little laptop computer set up here in a minute, and we'll take your questions as you get them. Jim brought in this, by the way, he brought in this decimal conversion chart, and I have scanned this and I've put it on the blackboard. And if you want to download it, just right-click on the decimal conversion chart and download the file. You can then print it out on your printer and have it laminated or give it away for birthday presents, whatever you'd like to do. If you'd like to see how this thing is going to turn out, Jim also brought in the drawings of how it's going to look when the two jewelry chests are married together. That's on the blackboard also. So we'll see you in a minute and take your questions. Let's go over to the laptop. All right. Yep, it's on now.
We're live.
Okay, ready? Okay, Robert, you want to know how is the drawer face attached to the sides? Finger joints, right?
Finger joints, that's right. We'll be showing that in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, not a few minutes, but a few more minutes.
A few more.
Yeah, it'll be where the finger joints will be one of the last sessions we have here. So, any others? Bashful Bob asked you, what did you make the hinge on the door from?
Well, I made my own plywood from small sheets of veneer, laminating with cross grain direction for strength.
So the same way you made the veneer on the music stand.
That's right.
Okay. Any others? While Drew's looking up the next question, we understand that we're having a few mic problems here. Got to remember, guys, like I said at the intro, we're woodworkers. We're just figuring this out. We don't have an equalizer, and I know that Jim comes across a little bit louder than I do, according to the comments I saw on the screen when I walked by. So we'll try to adjust these as we go. Okay. Bashful Bob wants, you're having trouble saving the chart. Okay. First of all, Bob, make sure that you've got the large chart up, because I have a small one in there and a large one. On that blackboard, the reason I have large and small is because when I just cram the large one in there, it tends to distort it. So I show you a small to show you how it should look, but of course nobody can read anything that small. So right-click on it. If you're using Internet Explorer or are in Windows 2000, Windows XP, or Windows Vista, you should get a message up that says Save Photo As. And then you just choose that, and it should save the JPEG. Because the chart is done as a JPEG, you should save the JPEG to My Documents or any other file, and later on you can plug that chart into Word or any other piece of software that deals with graphics and print it out. That we just had that. Okay. What wood did you use to make that?
Oh, I used cherry veneer because that's what I have handy.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Well, let's go on for the next one. We're going to show them a little bit about resawing.